How you doing? Could I speak with Internal Affairs?
What's your name?
Richard Capel.
Richard Capel.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna sit down if that's all right. Can I sit down?
Yeah, he'll be down this moment.
Thank you.
I need to speak with one of these officers.
Do you have a case number?
No, it's about a report when I called Friday, and it's the open up a DSS case. And I really need to speak with one.
Okay, if you'll write your name and contact information down, I'll email it and have one of the auditors and they get on to you.
Mark.
Alright, let me check the record. Alright. We're actually, did the officer who worked it, did he Charles or part of that part? Okay, I'll let him know.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so, they stopped
The situation was at 15
We had information on.
and
So, yeah, so I'll leave that as when if I can transfer the record, you might be able to do it. They have to give it to the record.
So that way, that's the first.
this situation last week, they continue to, they continue to say this is the end of our report. Okay.
I've seen you on YouTube before.
Me?
Yeah.
Doing what?
I think Mr. Good Citizen, Brian, Live BD. Are you familiar with?
Yes.
You know him?
Hmm?
Okay. Are you the attorney?
I am not the attorney.
You're the FOIA guy.
Not
Nope, not that either?
Motor investigations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I need to talk to somebody about either one of your officers was bored and fabricated a reason to violate 43, 33, 40, or the officer was going by what she was told to do and somebody else violated 43, 33, 40. So either way, it's a criminal offense with a punishment of a fine in discretion of the court and up to 3 years in prison.
Yes, sir. What, so, is this
I
like-
ride an electric bike.
Okay, I
sir.
was like, man, that is pretty,
I ride an electric bike.
that's a very
And
safe looking uniform.
because you and I are over the age of 21,
Yeah,
we can wear a helmet if we want,
yeah.
or we can wear nothing if we
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
And I choose to wear this, and I have a First Amendment right.
Oh, no, I think that's pretty awesome.
Right.
You are not gonna get hurt, and people are gonna
Right.
see you
Right.
wearing all this, because that's.
Exactly, and if you look at my shirt, on the back of it, it says ADA Title II Volunteer, Title II
Yeah,
Auditor.
yeah, I like it.
So, you guys are not in compliance with Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act now that Gardner Johnson has retired. In 2016, your chief signed a settlement agreement with the United States Department of Justice stating that he would maintain an ADA coordinator for law enforcement. Well, Gardner Johnson's retired now.
Okay.
Nobody can tell me who the ADA coordinator is now. You don't have one. Now you're not in compliance. So I send you all the information, not you, but
Okay,
people here in Human Resources. I send them all the information they need. There's a 6-hour-long self-paced class on the ADA network, which is a nationwide organization. You take this class for 6 hours on your own pace.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And you get a certificate after you complete the test. You get a certificate of completion with a score. I scored 93. I've never been good on written tests. So I scored a 93, but I passed, okay? So I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing.
93, that's not bad.
Right. But, you know, I'm disabled, number one. Number two, I disability retired from Richland County Emergency Services EMS Division.
Oh, congratulations for you.
Thank you. I'm one of those people that I can sit here and I don't have to wonder if I made a difference in anybody's life. I know
Well, if you
I
worked EMS, you did.
did, right.
Yeah.
I did. So I'm one of those people, I don't have to sit here and wonder if I made a positive difference. I know I have. So not only that, Paul Ahern is the ADA coordinator for SLED. Why? Me.
You.
Okay? Florence McCants is the ADA coordinator for the South Carolina Criminal Justice Academy. Why? Me.
She used to work here.
Right. Keith Lindler is the ADA coordinator for the city of Forest Acres. Me. Casey Public Safety. Me. Lexington County Sheriff's Department. Me. Richland County Sheriff's Department. Me. Okay? Gardner Johnson. Me. Because I followed up on the settlement agreement that the chief signed. The settlement agreement that the chief signed said within 30 days of this settlement agreement, you will name an ADA coordinator for law enforcement. So I go to your website and I search for ADA coordinator. Not there, not there, not there, not there. Geez, you signed this. It's been over 2 years and you still haven't complied with it. So I filed an incident report, and then Gardner Johnson got put into that position. I got with Gardner Johnson. I gave him everything I just told you about.
Yeah.
He took the training, okay? And he became the ADA coordinator for the city of Columbia and the ADA coordinator for law enforcement.
Okay.
Go to your website and you'll see at the bottom of your website, ADA coordinator for law enforcement. Click on that link.
When did he retire?
He retired this year, very recently,
I was gonna say, because,
which is why I'm all on top of this.
yeah, I used to.
And another reason why I'm all on top of this is because this is airsoft. Okay? This is actual rescue helmet with Bluetooth communication built into it.
Yeah.
Okay? Real deal rescue helmet. Real deal airsoft face protection.
Yeah.
Take off your mask, is what Sergeant Robertson told me at the public event over by the No Name Deli. I said, this is not a mask. This is part of my helmet. It's for my face protection, for my protection. Take it off as a mask. We got a city ordinance against it. So then, this guy wearing a sergeant uniform but a lieutenant badge comes over to me,
So what do you mean?
and he shows me the law on wearing masks in public.
Yes, sir.
And I'm like, I'm very familiar with that law.
Right.
And I also know that you have an airsoft mask in your vehicle.
So
So
you're
you
like
know this does provide me with some kind of protection.
So you're saying like the airsoft, the gun that
6
shoots the
millimeter
BBs.
BBs coming at you at 450 to 600 feet per second,
Why-
hitting
why
you
do
in the
think
face.
We have an airsoft mask.
I have air because we had Columbia Airsoft, an indoor close quarters combat,
Yeah.
sport.
We use it, like, if we did training, we may
Right.
use them, but we don't
Right.
typically keep that in our car.
Okay, but I got a picture of this guy's patrol car with a skeleton head airsoft mask in his patrol car. So he knows airsoft mask does provide some level of facial protection.
It does, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And this female Sergeant Robertson, that's a mask, take it off, it's a mask. Can't wear a mask in public. Take it off. I said, it's my helmet.
Where does she work?
Sergeant Robertson, Columbia Police Department. The event was at the No Name Deli on Saturday.
You here for this?
Yeah, Rebecca Robinson.
Yep. I filed a police report yesterday about it. And now I'm here to follow up with internal affairs because she was either bored and made all this up and came after me, targeted me personally, or she was told to come and run me off. And she ran me and my physical therapist off from the event.
I don't know anything.
Well, I think his main complaint is Gardner Johnson was the ADA compliance person for the city.
And he gave me consent to ride my electric bike anywhere bicycles are allowed to be in the city with my physical therapist who has a electric bicycle with functioning torque sensing pedals on his. His is a real, mine has to be registered at a 50cc equivalent moped because it does not have functioning pedals. I had a triple arthrodesis done to my left ankle. I don't have, and I had got 4 screws, titanium screws in my right knee. So bicycling is not, I could ride an electric bike without pedals, but you make me pedal, and I got COPD, I've got triple arthrodesis, I got 4 titanium screws in here. You know, I've got past injuries, and I got a permanent handicap parking placard. I'm parked in the handicap spot. Here's my handicap thing. I've got evidence to show you online if we can get to a computer.
Mr. Capel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll tell you what, let's go in the back and we'll talk and see what you got to
Yes, sir.
say, and we'll kind of go from there and
Yes, sir.
try to get everything.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Well,
Thank you thank you for talking to me, and
my pleasure.
I did recognize you. I know I've seen you on one of his videos.
I may have been. I hope it was not bad.
No,
Okay, good.
Brian is kind of like me. He wants everybody to do the right thing.
Well,
you know, and I've asked the city. Sorry.
And we appreciate
And
people helping us do the right thing.
I went to the city the other day, and nobody would talk to me. And the officer that responded there, I asked him if he'd take a report on it, that I was there to speak to them about their non-compliance with the settlement agreement that the chief signed in 2016 with the DOJ to not have an ADA coordinator for law enforcement, and he refused to take a report. So I did the report online.
Okay. Well, at least the report got done.
Okay.
You got an ID or anything?
Right there. It's in there. Just go ahead and grab what you need to grab. It's in there, I promise. I promise it's there.
Take a credit card.
You can take whatever you want.
So put some money in it while you're there.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We're just going to swap this out with a badge.
That's fine. I'm a graduate of your 3rd CP Citizens Police
Oh, yeah?
Academy
Awesome.
class
Thank you.
when under the old chief.
What years did you go in through it?
Oh God, it would have been between probably 1998
Oh, wow.
is when I went through it.
Sorry.
It was when we had the chief that got you all the 45s because he said, oh,
Be real
well,
careful. It's slippery,
Yep.
okay? We're going to try to go
Sure.
here. Yeah, that looks okay.
thanks. Do we have access to a computer too?
Not down here.
Oh, well, okay. I have video evidence of being harassed and kicked out violating 433340. Thank you.
All right, we can have a seat right here.
Okay, thank you. But when this lieutenant slash sergeant, he was wearing a sergeant uniform, had a lieutenant badge. When he showed me the law, came to me to show me the law, took a picture of his patrol car and his airsoft mask in his patrol car. So he knows it offers a level of protection, yet he still, because of Sergeant Robertson's insistence, decided to come over and educate me on that law, and I already know that law, and I'm sorry, but it's my choice if I want to wear a helmet or not. And if I got something that protects me and I want to wear it, and I have a First Amendment right as well. And I was born on November the 5th, and if you watch the movie V for Vendetta, there's a famous quote in that movie, remember the 5th of November. So that's one reason why I love this mask so much. And it offers me protection. okay? But Sergeant Robertson just kept pushing me. And, you know, I handed the lieutenant, I went to hand him my driver's license so he could go ahead and write me a ticket. And we'll take it up to a judge. And oh, by the way, you got a nice airsoft mask in your truck. And he said, yeah, that's mine. And so he even admitted that he knew what an airsoft mask was, and he personally has one himself. So.
You said Robert Capel?
Robertson. My name is Richard.
No, Richard.
And last name is Capel. Yes, sir. Charlie Alpha Papa Echo Lima Lima. And
All right, so let's so tell me what you're in here for today.
well, in 2016, your chief signed a settlement agreement with the United States Department of Justice to name an ADA coordinator for law enforcement. And 2 years after he signed that agreement, I go to your website searching for who your ADA coordinator is. And there's no compliance with it. Okay? So, I filled out an incident report online, and soon afterwards I saw that they had named Gardner Johnson as the ADA coordinator for the city of Columbia. So then I contacted Gardner Johnson and got with him, and I gave him all the information he needed to include the ADA National Network ADA Coordinator Training class, which is free and gives you 6 hours of college credit upon completion. And you get a nice little certificate. So it's really nice. But let's see. My Facebook group is Phoenix Volunteer ADA Title II Auditors. Okay, that's for compliance with Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Here is the patrol car that your officer was in. And if you look, let's see. Right there is his airsoft mask.
Okay.
And he came over and showed me the law, so I handed him my driver's license.
Hold on, we're getting ahead. I'm
Okay.
still at you're still at 2016. 2 years later, you found out that Gardner Johnson was our ADA coordinator.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then what?
I got with Gardner Johnson, and I helped him become an excellent Americans with Disabilities Act coordinator. And he took the training, he showed me the certificate, and we were all cool, fine and dandy, and he was complying 100%, 110% honestly. And then in 2022, I got my electric bike, and I contacted Gardner Johnson and explained everything to him. And he said, yes, you can ride your electric bike anywhere a bicycle is allowed to be in the city. So like the Riverwalk and all that stuff. So Saturday, we go to the Riverwalk, me and my physical therapist. And I always ride with him whenever we're going off-road, doing stuff off-road, because if I get myself in a situation where the bike is laying on top of me, I can't get it off of me. He's going to have to come and get it off of me. So I can't lift people for a living anymore after my 3rd hernia surgery. So, but I have my body cam footage of the incident, and I put it on YouTube on my YouTube website, which is Phoenix.
All right, hold on. I'm
Okay.
still getting kind of ahead.
Sir.
So Gardner Johnson allowed you to, in 2022,
Yeah.
to ride your electric bike anywhere a regular bike can be.
Initially, I asked for permission to ride the BMX course at the field by Owens Field. Initially, that's what I asked Gardner Johnson, if I could ride on that BMX pump track. And he said yes, okay? And then, now that I can show you right here. That's my email to Gardner Johnson asking him for consent to ride my e-bike.
Okay.
And this was his reply. Whoops. Let's see. And his reply, here you go. So then later, I was talking to him on the phone, and I told him I wanted to do the Riverwalk. and he said, you can go anywhere bicycles can go as far as I'm concerned. Just, you know, be respectful and, you know.
Yeah, use common sense.
Yeah, exactly. So, and, you know, that's proof, I hope right there, I hope that proves to you that I did have a conversation with him and he did approve it, so.
Okay.
But your Sergeant Robertson targeting me for my mask at the event and kicking me out and kicking my physical therapist out because he was with me.
We haven't even got there yet. We're talking
Okay.
about a BMX bike trail.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's what started me riding my e-bike in the city limits and coming to the Riverwalk. And when I first got my e-bike, I was 206 pounds. Now I'm in my 140s. So it does help lose weight because I am getting physical exercise riding it, moving it, maneuvering it. So, and my doctor is quite pleased that I'm getting out there and doing that. And I feel a whole lot better about my body image, losing that weight. So.
All right. So let's fast forward to what's your complaint?
So Saturday.
This past Saturday?
Yes, sir.
Let's see.
We loaded the bikes up on trailer and we trailered them to the Riverwalk Canal entrance down here. Upon arriving, a new hire park ranger told us we could not ride those out here on the trails. And of course, I told her, I have your ADA Title II coordinator's consent to ride these trails. And she was like,
That was a Riverwalk trail?
yes, sir. And then a sergeant who was very nice, he gave me his business card. I don't think I have it on me. I don't think I do now, but anyway. But I've emailed him a couple times. Real nice guy. He came down and talked to me and my buddy. And while he was talking to us, this guy in an electric unicycle comes riding by, which was funny because they were trying to tell us we can't have any motorized vehicles out there yet. There's people out there with electric pedal assist bikes. So, you know, and then this guy with an electric unicycle goes riding right by, you know. So, of course, when I explained to the officer that I had consent from Gardner Johnson to be there, he was like, okay, well, that's above my head. That's above my grade. I believe what you're telling me. And I know Gardner Johnson. I know he retired. So I believe what you're telling me. And I said, thank you. And so the park ranger is admitting that he knew that I had spoken to Gardner Johnson and that I had permission to be there. Because I'm telling the Columbia police officer this, and the park ranger's confirming it on video.
And that was a police sergeant?
Yes, sir. Yes,
was
sir.
a guy?
One of your, yes, sir. One of your
White guy, black guy?
White male sergeant. Very, very courteous. Very pleasant encounter. Very pleasant encounter with him. For me, it was. Now, my buddy, he gets overboard when law enforcement gets involved. He's a retired corrections officer, and he feels that, you know, he's still a captain and everybody has to listen to him. So it wasn't a good interaction between my riding buddy and your officer, but I thought my interaction with your officer was great. I had no problem with the officer, okay? And, but we rode the Riverwalk, and I actually fell that day and needed my physical therapist to help me get off, you know, my bike and get out from under my bike. My bike was laying on top of my right leg, and I'm laying on the ground. I'm like, hey, I need a hand. Yeah. So he lifted the bike off of me. I'm still sore from that, so sorry. But he lifted the bike off of me, and then we decided to go check out the event that was going on by the No Name Deli, which was a public event that law enforcement had closed off one block intersection right there in front of the No Name Deli. And there was live music and all this other stuff going on. And we were thirsty, so all the food trucks and stuff were there at this event. So we roll in there looking to get us some lemonade to drink, to hydrate and cool off. and check out the event. And as we go in, a female officer of yours nods in acknowledgement as we pass her. Okay? And we stop by where we're going to get the lemonade at, and then Sergeant Robertson approaches us, and the rest is on YouTube. You can see it, and you can print out the word for word transcript of it if you like, and there you go. There it is. Either your board sergeant created something for herself to do, or she was told to do that, and she told me and my riding buddy that we could not be there, we had to leave.
Okay, so.
And she told me to
So
take.
you were riding in and she stopped you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we had stopped right by the.
And she approached you and made
And
contact?
yes, she came
Made
over.
contact.
Yes, sir. Almost immediately after we stopped, there she comes. You know, and now according to my physical therapist, the only problem that there was somebody had an issue with the face mask I was wearing. And the officer came over and was saying, we have a city ordinance against wearing masks. And I'm trying to explain to her, this is part of my helmet, this is, you know, facial protection, you know, and even your own officer over here has his own airsoft mask right there, look, you know. He knows it gives you some sort of protection. So there you go. And I said, oh, by the way, you see these scrape marks right here? That saved my face and my cheek from the pavement, okay? So this is not a mask, it's really protection, you know? And because I'm over 21, I can wear a helmet if I want or not wear a helmet. I can wear any kind of helmet I want, as long as it offers me kind of protection, right? Wouldn't you think? It doesn't have to be DOT because we're not required to wear one. So I chose a rescue helmet, built-in Bluetooth communication, and an airsoft face mask to protect my face. You know, I don't get bugs in my eyes or my face wearing this, but when I take it off, I get bugs hitting me in the face. And I did, to appease her, took my helmet off. And that didn't please her, she still told us to leave. There was other people there sitting on their bikes, and there was other electric bikes that were locked up in that area. And yet she comes and targets us, and I think mainly because of this.
So she approached you to discuss taking off your mask?
Yes, sir. And I took it off, and it shows in the video I took my helmet off. I wanted to appease her. I wasn't there to try to cause problems. I wasn't there to do stunts or perform. I was just there to hydrate and see what the event was. That's it.
Okay.
I wasn't doing wheelies. I wasn't doing stoppies. I wasn't doing tricks. That was not what I was there for. I was there to hydrate and see what was going on and to find some shade because it was hot. And we were just out trying to have a good time. But we had 3 different encounters that were negative. One with the park ranger, and it's not really negative with the first sergeant, but we had a second encounter with the male sergeant. We had a third encounter with the female sergeant, and she got her buddies involved in it too, and went to this sergeant. He was wearing sergeant stripes on his uniform, but he's got a gold badge that says lieutenant on it.
Okay.
So, but he is the one that owns the airsoft mask I showed you a picture of that's on my Facebook page. And all the evidence and everything you need to know is on my Facebook page. I can send you the link if you give me your email.
Yeah, I'll give you my email.
Sure, I'll send you the link. I quoted federal and state laws as well. And Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act clearly states that there are no 11th Amendment immunities for violation of Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act. A plaintiff may choose to pursue a claim of a violation of Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act in a state court of competent jurisdiction. And that's what I wish to do. Because that's what the ADA says you can do. And this is my check sheet I tried to do at 1401 Main Street the other day, and nobody would come out and talk to me. That's part of what I used to help Gardner Johnson. learn his job. That was the first thing that helped him learn his job. And the rest of it was at this link here, because the main link. You see all of it. But this is just, you know, a quick check sheet to see if you comply. And if you don't, well, it tells you what you need to do. So
Robinson wanted you to take off your mask,
yes, sir.
and you eventually did.
I did, yes, sir. I didn't want to, but, you know, I did. I was going to get something to drink anyway. I was going to have to take it off anyway.
Right, yeah, exactly.
You know, and I took it off to come in here to see you. I mean, you know, I'm not out here trying to commit a crime and hide my identity. I'm out here trying to be visible and be seen for my safety. You know, it's a little bit big of a difference. I could understand if I was all black, you know, if I was dressed in all black and all that, but I'm in high vis stuff, man. I want to be seen. I don't want to be run over by a car or anything.
So you eventually took off the mask.
I did.
What happened from there?
We got us something to drink, and then she came over and basically told me that I needed to go beyond the barricade with my e-bike, and me and my e-bike need to go beyond the barricade.
Robinson?
Yes. Okay, fine. So I did, and I turned around, did a U-turn, because I knew my physical therapist, being a retired captain with SCDC, would push her buttons. And he's like, I'm going to finish this drink. I'm not going to ride my bike and drink at the same. I don't have a cup holder or anything. I'm going to finish my drink, and then I'm going to leave, okay? And boy, she just stayed right on his heels the whole entire time. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And I have it all on video. I'm like, look at this officer harassing my buddy, you know? I just couldn't believe what she was doing. And I showed her this too, by the way.
Hold on a second.
Okay, and did you see her read it?
What's your buddy's name?
Timothy Cheeseborough. He, in federal law, says persons associated with a person with a disability, for example, Timothy Cheeseborough, he was kicked out too as a result of me and my mask. He was kicked out too by the same sergeant. But I showed the sergeant this to try to warn her that, hey, look, I know what I'm talking about. You're making a big mistake here. And she looks at me and says, what does this have to do with anything? Well, look up 433340. Watch that training video again. You'll see 433340. They verbalize it. They read it word for word to you. Interfering with the rights of a totally blind or disabled or physically disabled person. Hello, I'm physically disabled. Hello, your sergeant screwed up.
So, let's see. First of all, I'd like to thank you for bringing service animal issue to the family's attention. It must seem that you are easy thing to change our training, but I assure you it is not. We are, however, listening to you. I have taken the measures we feel to be most expedient in order to get the information concerning the service animals out to the field. After our correspondence last week, I thought you might benefit from the enclosed information. The lesson plan contains the information and references about service animals, which is now taught to our basic training classes. DVD is a copy of the legal training mandated for annual recertification required of every certified officer of the state of South Carolina. We do not go into depth on federal law due to our limited time to train basic students, but we have taken the initiative to make sure that the law enforcement is aware of this issue.
Mm-hmm.
As an aside, I would like to assure that most of our staff is either retired military or still actively serving in the reserves. I myself, as a retired Navy, we realize that a valuable asset these animals are to the health and well-being of many of our citizens. Therefore, we want to make sure that we do not trample on any of the rights provided to the fellow service personnel. We appreciate you stepping up to raise the issue. Please feel free to contact me anytime. Director of the Academy, Hubert Harrell. Okay. So what?
I made your 2014 legal updates
So on this,
happen.
this speaks about service animals,
Yes, sir.
correct?
Yes, sir. But it also includes the laws that protect all the disabled people, which this training included 433340.
And 4340.
433340. 433340. South Carolina Code of Laws, interfering with the rights of a totally blind or disabled person.
Okay. And at that point, it's your account that because you're disabled, the officers interfered with your rights that day?
Well, She came up because of the mask initially. She targeted that. So then I'm like, look, I'm disabled. I'm take this off. I'm disabled, so you know. And I handed her this to try to remind her of her training that she should have had.
Okay.
Okay? And she goes, I don't know what this has to do with service animal. Well, I'm sorry, if you watch that training video, you'll see it's in there, 433340. Interfering, you know, admittance to public facilities enumerated in this section of the law. Well, that was a public event that I was at.
Okay.
Okay? And I told her, look, I'm disabled. I'm not getting off of my bike, and I'm not walking my bike. I'm disabled. You know, and my buddy told her the same thing. He's disabled. He rides that. That's what he uses to get around.
So let me ask you this. So she was trying to get you out of the
whole
site
entire
with your e-bike, right?
Yes, sir.
And it's your opinion, or your version is that she didn't have the right to make you leave the area
No,
because
sir.
you're disabled?
No, sir. It was a public. Number one, she spoke. We laughed at her. You're going to put us on trespass notice from a public street? Good luck with that one. We laughed at her about that. You're going to put us on trespass notice on a public street. I'm sorry, we're not committing any crime. You got no authority here to do that. Just like right now, I haven't committed a crime. You can't put me on trespass notice. See what I'm saying? That's what she was talking about, trespassing us, you know? So we both laughed at her. You can't put us on trespass notice on public street. Both of us knew that. Plus, I graduated from like your 3rd Columbia City Police Department Citizens Police Academy in 1998. 43. Either way, somebody either told her to make me leave, or she took it upon herself to do it. One of the two. But I didn't like it. It wasn't fair. And I tried to tell her that I had Gardner Johnson's consent. You know, I showed her this too. I tried to warn her. Nope. She doesn't want to listen. So now she can deal with you. And I just sent you the link. And in there, you will see both federal and state laws, and you'll see the federal law that says a person associated with a person with a disability who is also discriminated against also is a plaintiff. So Timothy Cheeseborough, his rights were violated as well because he was with me and I pay him to ride with me to get exercise. He is a physical trainer. I pay him $60 a month.
Well, let me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
Sure.
Bear with me for a minute.
Sure.
If you were doing something against the rules,
Ow.
right? You all right?
No, I'm sorry. I'm still sore. I fell out of a hammock. Not my e-bike. This is not from my e-bike. This is from my hammock.
On my driveway one time.
Yeah. It's not good. Yeah, that's what I did.
So, if you are disabled
Yes, sir.
and you are violating rules and regulations, more rules than of an event, and you were asked to leave because you are violating rules, is it your opinion that because you're disabled that those rules don't apply to you?
It is my opinion that Gardner Johnson had told me that I can ride over the phone.
Yeah.
That I can ride my e-bike anywhere a bicycle is allowed to be.
Okay.
There were bicycles in there. You can see on my body cam video, I pass a guy sitting on his bicycle. And right next to him is an electric bike that's locked up. And it's in the video. We were not the only bicycle/electric bikes out there. But because of the mask, she came right at me. And I tried to warn her, hey, look, I'm disabled, look, see here. I'm disabled, look, see here. I handed her, she read this and said, I don't understand what this has to do with that. Well, if you rewatch that video, which there's a link to that video in that link I sent you, so you can watch it again and refresh yourself, but it's in there. they allowed me to put it on my YouTube site for educational purposes. So that's what I did. So, and now you have that information sent to you. If you look, watch this. This is what triggered me to realize Gardner had retired. I had emailed Gardner Johnson, and he didn't respond to me. So I called, and then I was informed by phone that he had retired. And I'm like, oh great, he retired. Now who's your ADA coordinator? We haven't hired anybody to fill a position yet as the ADA coordinator, is what I was told when I called the HR number. Okay? And I shouldn't have been told that because I came straight down to 401 Main Street, and when I got there, I you know, wanted to do an ADA Title II audit, and everybody refused to talk to me and sent me on my way, so I did an incident report online. All right, this is your website. On your website, it says get in touch. Do you see ADA coordinator for law enforcement?
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna click that link right there. Now, who is this person? Do you know that person? I don't know that person.
Denise Chavis.
And I don't know how to get in touch with that person. Watch this. Here comes error 404. That's what prompted me to call. Hey, you need to fix this link. It's broke. I don't know how to get in contact with you. It's broke. The link is broke. You need to fix this link. You want to go back? Go back. There you go. And that person, whoever that person is, refused to see me when I went there in person at 1401 Main Street. And I made 3 attempts. So then I filed a report. And I filed another report yesterday about what happened to us on Saturday. Whatever day it was. I think it was Saturday. Yeah, it was. And the actual settlement agreement link is also on my Facebook page. You'll see it there, so you can see the settlement agreement. Basically what happened is deaf people were trying to contact 911 via text messaging, and y'all's 911 system didn't.
Okay.
It's not set up right.
Is that still?
As a
the
result
case?
of that settlement agreement, the chief was told by the Department of Justice he will maintain an ADA coordinator for law enforcement. And that law's been in effect since 2007, and it's not changed.
Is there still an issue with deaf people being able to text 911?
No, I texted 911 a while back when I needed Forest Acres Police just to test it to make sure, and they told me what Forest Acres Police phone number was. I texted them back, and I said, you pass this information on to Forest Acres Police, or I will contact Gardner Johnson, and we will have a problem. Forest Acres Police came knocking on my door 5 minutes later. So,
Okay.
I didn't want to tell this guy that I was calling the police on him to get him out of my house. So I texted the police, and I told him that I got friends that are police. So my doorbell rings, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Hey, I got a buddy here who needs a ride somewhere. Could you give him a ride? So, and that was Forest Acres Police. Different incident, but anyway.
Okay.
So, let's see. I'm just going to show
Did you
you.
send me the YouTube link?
It's in my Facebook link. Everything that you need to know is right there in that Facebook link I sent you. If you can go to that Facebook link, you can read everything. You can see it. You can watch all the videos, all 3 of them. We got the video of the
What's your YouTube channel? Or page?
YouTube, sc.v.ada.title2 with the Roman numeral, not number, .auditors @gmail.com, and that's also my YouTube.
Okay.
And there's a link to it in the thing I sent you to as well.
All right. So once again, complaint is that you were in an event Officer Robinson, had requested you to leave and.
Because of the mask.
With the mask, but you had already had the mask off.
I took it off, yeah, because she kept insisting I take it off, take it off, take it off, take it. Okay, fine. There you go.
So taking the mask off,
That wasn't good enough for her. We got our lemonade and we were
Requested-
drinking it,
requested
and then she
leave.
kept telling me to leave. Okay.
and
I have a
and
cup
it's
holder,
because,
so I put it
you
in.
were, had an e-bike in the event.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want, or she was saying that, you know, they're not allowed in the event.
Mhm.
And you were trying to explain to her that you are disabled
Mhm.
and that the e-bike was
What I used to get around.
a mode of transportation.
Yes, sir.
But you are physically able to walk, of course.
I can walk, but not for any great distance.
Right. And it was only one
I have
block.
COPD, so, you know,
But the festival was only one block.
yeah, the
right?
festival was only one block.
Um,
But basically all I did was I sat on my e-bike and I used my legs still touching the ground
Yeah.
and just kind of walked
Kinda
it
the
that
little- the
way.
little kid
Duck
thing,
walk.
yeah.
Yeah. I was duck walking it through there. And so was my PT guy.
and they were like, okay, well, we don't, you know, it's not good enough for us, pretty much. We
Pretty
just
much.
need you to
Yeah.
leave the
Pretty much. Yeah,
perimeter.
exactly. Told me that I needed to go outside the perimeter. Okay, so I did. And I filmed her harassing my buddy while he was trying to finish his drink.
Okay. Anything else on that?
No, we left after that because our rights had been violated. My physical therapist was ticked off because this is our third bad encounter, according to him. You know, this is our third. We're just not having a good riding day, and he went from there straight back to the park where the trailer was, and I still had 80-something% battery left. And I'm like, dude, I come out here to ride, and he's like, well, you know, I'm done. You know, they have just ruined my day. I'm like, I'm sorry. You know, I'm gonna grab my charger and grab my stuff. You know, and I'm gonna ride and then I'll go home. But I'll just stay on the pathway. I won't go off road or anything. Yeah, I'm gonna ride and go home. And he said okay, and he loaded up his bike and he left me there. And I rode down the Riverwalk to Broad River Road,
Yeah.
and exited the Riverwalk there and went home.
Okay.
That direction. Here's my nonprofit organization and my business license from the city of Forest Acres.
All right.
I'm here to help you comply voluntarily. I don't want to have to file a court case.
Yeah.
I have no problem doing that. I've already taken what's his name? Smith, the former director of the Department of Public Safety to the United States Supreme Court already over Title II of the ADA. Now they have an ADA coordinator, like you guys did. So, but now y'all don't have one, so now you're not in compliance with the settlement agreement that Chief Holbrook signed himself. And that was the 2016 settlement agreement that Chief Holbrook signed. You know, I'm trying to educate and I'm trying to help y'all, and it just seems like that female officer didn't want anything to do with listening to what I had to say. You know, she insisted that I leave. So either she was told by the event people to kick me out, or she decided to do it on her own. One of the two happened. Somebody violated 433340, which is, I will pull it up for you so you know. And it's in my link as well that I sent you. But let's see. And because it's a crime punishable more than a year, there goes her right to carry a firearm. Let's see, Code of Law 433340. Here we go. And I want to go to this one here. So it's highlighted right there for you. There you go. Now everything I just explained to you, and now you read the law, and you'll see that I believe that's what happened to me, and either your sergeant created that herself, or she was told by somebody else to make me leave.
Okay, so 44, 33, 40 states unlawful interference with rights of a blind or other physically disabled person, which you are a physically disabled person.
Yes, sir.
It is unlawful for a person or his agent to deny or interfere with admittance to or enjoyment of the public facilities enumerated in section 4323 or 3320. Interfere with the rights of a totally or partially blind or disabled person under 433320 person violates. Let's see what 20 is. Right of use of public facilities and accommodation of the blind, other special needs persons, or guides, dogs, trainers. The blind, visually, physically disabled must have the same right as the able-bodied to the full and free use of the streets, highways, sidewalks, public facilities, and other public places. The blind, the visually disabled are entitled to full and equal accommodations, advantages, facilities, and privileges of all common carriers, airplanes, motor vehicles, railroad trains, which basically says that, you know, we're not going to single you out as being disabled.
That's right. And that's what seems.
Same thing with the dogs and all that stuff.
Yes, sir.
So it starts talking about guide dogs and stuff.
Yes, sir.
So, do you use a physical device to help you get around? Like, do you use a wheelchair device or anything like that?
I use my electric bike as my sole means of transportation, period. If I'm going anywhere, I get on my electric bike and I go.
But walking around the house or anything, you don't have anything inside your house?
I hang out inside my hammock. I have an aide that comes in 3 days a week and cleans up for me, so I don't have to do it.
Walking around the house,
So,
you don't use any type of device or anything like that?
no, I have it available to me at my house
Yeah.
if I need it.
A wheelchair or?
No, it's a walker.
Okay.
And I do have a walker in case I do need it. But physically right now, I'm in the best shape I've been since 2015, man.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my life since 2015. After having a surgery in 2017 and 2018. And I had to have one surgery in 2017, which converted a urostomy, urinary diversion, into an Indiana pouch urinary diversion, okay? And then I had to wait a whole year and heal from that surgery and go back to Cleveland Clinic, Ohio for a second surgery to reconstruct my abdominal wall because I was born with bladder exstrophy, I was born crippled, I was the March of Dimes identical twin for 1967, Richland County. And it's a miracle I'm talking to you today, number one. It's even more of a miracle that I worked EMS for 20 years, picking up people for a living with my disabilities, you know. And it's sad that I can't do it anymore. I'm sad I can't do it anymore. I miss it. I miss helping people. But my first 2 weeks of EMT training was EMS and the Americans with Disabilities Act in 1991. And I remember it well. And I've kept up with the laws ever since, and I still know them currently today and can quote statutes to you, as you see.
Okay.
28 CFR Part 35.178, Code of Federal Regulations. A state is not immune under the 11th Amendment to the Constitution for a violation of Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act. So even though she was acting under the color of law, she still can be arrested just like any other citizen for violating 433340. And that's what she did.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, I'll look into it
Okay.
and see exactly what it is, and just tell you my frame of thought on the front end, right?
Okay.
And I understand you're saying that the bicycle was being used as a
Mobility device. That's
mobility device.
Yes, sir. That's what I use it.
However, you are not confined to a mobility device.
No.
Does that make sense?
I'm not confined to one, no, but I have
Can you walk around?
I have a handicap permanent parking placard,
Right.
so I don't have to walk as far as everybody else would.
Right.
Because I have COPD, I will get short of breath if I have to walk more than 50 yards or so.
Right.
Okay? And one block is more than 50 yards.
Yeah.
And I was duck walking sitting on my bike.
Right. Okay.
And I think it was really somebody's personal thing about the mask.
Well, as far as the mask, I mean, the mask is no relevance to this right now. What we're
Well,
talking
she
about. 'Cause
says
you- 'cause
it's a
you-
violation of state law, and I know it is, but hey, wait a minute, this offers me some kind of protection, so I can wear it, right? Yeah? I mean, come on. It's facial protection, that's what it is, that's what it's for.
Right.
And you can shoot a 600 foot per second BB at that mask and it won't hurt you.
But, you know, city, I mean, we do have rules
Mm-hmm.
and, within the city in reference to wear masks, but yet COVID kind of,
Mm-hmm.
you know, kind of revamped that. I don't know what it currently states now.
Yeah.
As far as all that.
I'll show you what I did too. I showed her this. This is a mask. This is an airsoft face protection
Right.
shield. Tried to show her the difference.
But if you're just kind of hanging out, walking around the
I don't need the helmet
mark,
on.
right, you don't need the helmet
I don't need the
on, so-
helmet on. And I was going to take it off
Yeah.
as soon as I got my drink anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I was just waiting to get my drink, you know, order my drink. It was
so,
hot.
So we got two options. So I've got you can fill out your statement here,
Okay.
and knock it out here, or if you want to go home on your computer.
I've already done an online report. If you'd like.
Is it the complaint?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got 2 incident reports in the last week.
Not an incident report. I'm talking about make a complaint.
My complaint would be on the video. You can see the video evidence.
Well, I just need a statement from you in regards to that.
Okay, see the YouTube videos for evidence, for proof, for everything. I mean, you're gonna look at her body camera. You see mine already. I've already made mine public.
Right.
Mine is in the public domain on YouTube, and you will see it on my Facebook page. So, and you will see all the educational stuff on my Facebook page too. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to do the right thing for not only myself, but everybody else that's disabled as well, you know? And if I see compliance, then that's great. That's what I want, you know? If I don't see compliance, then I'm gonna have a problem, and, you know, I'm gonna have to file court if I don't see compliance. I'd rather see compliance, though. It's a whole lot easier to voluntarily comply, don't you think? You know?
Was that on, what street was that on?
Oh my gosh.
What's the no name down there? That is not Elmwood. That's right on Elmwood.
It's on the corner of Elmwood and,
Marion?
I don't know, they gave me some address to use.
That's fine.
They gave me an address to use just so the report
And
would go
What
through.
date was that? See, that was Saturday, so today's Tuesday, the 11th,
Yeah.
10th, 9th, 8th, 6/8.
Yep, it was on the 8th. And the videos are dated too, and timestamped.
Roughly what time was that?
3 o'clock in the afternoon, roughly. I guess, roughly. I mean, you'll see it on the video, for sure.
Is it Richard Capel?
Yes, sir. And his first name is Timothy.
The accused employee was Sergeant.
He was,
The supervisor, or the complaint against.
yeah, Robertson or Robinson, whatever her name was, female sergeant that was out there. You'll see her on the video. And another sergeant that was wearing what I would describe as Coke bottle glasses, black female sergeant. She was basically the one that said I could duck walk it.
That you could what?
Duck walk it.
Okay.
You know, they just was worried about us running people over, which we weren't there to do. I mean, come on. I'm 57 years old. I worked EMS. I'm looking out for people. Trust me.
Any problems with the other officer? Any complaints against the other officer? It was black female?
No, no complaints. She was nice and courteous. She knew who Gardner Johnson was, and she knew Gardner Johnson was the ADA coordinator. So as a result of knowing that and me telling them that I had their ADA coordinator's consent to be anywhere a bicycle can be, she told me I could duck walk it. So now I got one sergeant telling me take the mask off, another sergeant saying it's okay to duck walk. Okay, cool, no problem. And then I got this sergeant coming at me telling me I need to leave, go beyond the barricade after I get my drink. And my buddy had ordered food, so they told him he could park his bike on the outside and walk in and get his food. So we rode around the block, and he doesn't have a functioning kickstand on his bike. So he rested his bike up against the side of the No Name Deli, and I'm sitting on the sidewalk watching his bike by the No Name Deli. I'm out of the area that I was asked to be out of. I'm on a public sidewalk, and that's when the sergeant wearing the gold badge came over to me that has the airsoft mask that I took a picture of that you saw in his patrol car, and showed me the state statute on the mask law. And I'd already told him I'm familiar with that, and I told him, look, you got an airsoft mask, you know it offers protection for your face. Come on. You know, what if I wore a full face DOT approved helmet? You wouldn't be able to see my face then. You're going to call that a mask too? You know? Let's, you know, think smartly about the law and, you know, read it and interpret it in an intelligent way. You know, let's abide by the spirit of the law and not the perception. You see what I'm saying? And all of Forest Acres Police know me, and I'm great with them. They are great with me. And when I wrecked and did this, they bandaged me up. Forest Acres Police did. They didn't call EMS for BS. They took care of me. We didn't need EMS. So that's why I live in the city of Forest Acres, because they are so helpful to EMS. Would you like to keep this for whomever? Because it's very informational.
No, I'm good.
Okay. I'll have to leave it with you though. I mean, it's got very simple yes or no questions. But if you're good, okay. There are links to where you can get this information, training information and stuff, in my Facebook link that I sent you. It's very educational. So, at least I hope you find it that way. And I hope that it's not a case where the sergeant created this problem on her own. I hope it's somebody else and not the sergeant. But I have a funny feeling that the sergeant created this on her own. Acting on her own. Under the color of law. And I don't think that she should have done what she did. But that's what you're here for, I guess. Make that determination when you see it. Or find out.
What do we classify the bike as? And like,
It's
what do we-
classified as a 50cc
No,
equivalent
no,
moped.
I'm saying, what do we
Oh, a
call
mobility
it?
device, electric mobility device. I use that as my means of getting around. I don't have to pay for gas. I don't have to have insurance. I don't have a payment to make. I own it outright. I just plug it up, charge it up, go 30 miles. Hopefully I'm home by then. Charge it back up again, go another 30 miles. So. And if it wasn't for that electric bike, I wouldn't be getting out here in public and I wouldn't be speaking to you right now. Because I enjoy riding it. It's speed limited to 28 miles per hour in eco mode, which is street legal mode, which is the same as a class 3 e-bike speed, 28 miles an hour, pedal assist. So, went to the DMV, they inspected it, got a moped tag, moped registration. So. But I got stopped by a Richland County deputy on my way to the DMV to register it as a 50cc equivalent moped. And when he stopped me, he said, I stopped you for the new tag. And I said, let me show you something. I whipped out my clipboard and had all the paperwork already filled out and everything. And it was on the 3rd, which is the day I get paid by the federal government. And I was on my way to the DMV at that time to register it as a 50cc equivalent moped, because one of my law enforcement buddies said that I probably ought to go and do that to prevent law enforcement from stopping me and harassing me and all this stuff. So I said, okay. So I did. I went, registered it. There we go. Now I'm legal. So, hey, you know. And what happened to all the electric bikes? Do you have any idea?
I don't know.
They were all over the place.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
blue things,
Yeah.
where'd the heck they
I
go?
honestly-
Why did they?
Now that you bring it up, I honestly
They
haven't
disappeared,
seen, I haven't
man.
seen them in a while.
They have.
Unfortunately, I say unfortunately, it doesn't matter to me one way or the other.
Right.
I've never seen anybody ride them.
Man, we saw people riding them all
Did you?
on the Riverwalk
Yeah.
all the time, yeah. We'd see them out there all the time, and now they're nowhere. We don't see them anymore. It's like, where'd they go? Why? And according to the park ranger, the mayor said, no motorized vehicles out there. Okay, well, thanks, Mayor, but your ADA coordinator for law enforcement told me I could go anywhere a bicycle can be, and the park ranger is confirming it. So, I got 3 separate videos. The first video is the park ranger telling us we can't ride there. Second video is the male sergeant that I had a positive encounter with, and I felt very positive with him and safe around him, and he was cool. He was great. He was really nice to me. My buddy gave him a hard time. Sorry, I'm not my buddy. I apologize for my buddy's reaction. He just doesn't like law enforcement for some reason, you know? So, even though he's a retired corrections officer, he still doesn't like law enforcement for some reason. Okay. And he was a captain, and he was in transportation, and he had a heart attack, and with his heart condition, he ended up retiring from SCDC.
All right, just a couple questions.
Sure.
That way we can write it.
Sure.
Is your complaint that Officer / Sergeant Robinson made you leave the event located in front of Newman Deli because you were on an e-bike while being disabled?
Yep.
And just write your answer and then an initial behind it.
Yes. My e-bike is my only transportation. Because I cannot afford a car.
Just initial next to it. All right, do you use a mobility device on a regular basis?
No, but I have one available.
Okay.
No, but have
You can describe what.
a walker and crutches available at home.
All right, and are you capable of walking without a mobility device?
Not for any great distance. SOB, not son of a bitch, but short of breath, okay? The EMS term,
Breath, okay.
okay? Just so you know.
Sure. Do the last one, breath,
Okay.
just so it reminds me.
Yeah. So, yeah, that son of a bitch.
Initial
Anyway, okay, yes, sir. Sorry.
after a breath. Was your e-bike issued to you through a medical facility or a doctor?
PCP, primary care physician?
To physician. You think you're doing drugs over here?
I'm sorry. I mean, I know you guys use,
All right. Please
Acronyms.
provide your YouTube channel showing the events that occurred.
okay.
The one you told me about.
I sent you all,
No, just do the sc.v.ada title, whatever it is.
well, I don't know, I have to look it up because YouTube does it weirdly.
Or you say?
To find it on YouTube, it does it weirdly. But I was just gonna say, I sent all information in a Facebook link.
Okay,
Is what I was gonna put on there.
that's fine.
But this is how it has me listed. At Phoenix, and I'll write that down for you, okay? Sent all
To your email.
via email to you. R-A-C R-A Capel. That's the way I sign my name legally. 06, what's today, 10th? 11th, okay. Okay.
All right.
I hope you're a notary. Damn, I should have asked first before I signed. Ha 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 ha. I'm sorry. Okay.
The date is on it.
I hope that the sergeant just didn't take it upon herself to create trouble, but it appears that it may end up being that way when you investigate it. And I'm pro-police, man. I graduated from your CPD academy, man. I'm all about trying to be nice and help y'all. I don't want to be mean or file a court case. I'd rather just come to you and say, hey, look, this is what's going on. Y'all need to comply with it, please. That's, you know, that's what I'd rather do. It's a whole lot easier on everybody. And cheaper, too, because it won't cost me a penny. Because I get informed proper from the judge, and I can pursue the case without having to pay any fees. But I don't want to do that. I'd rather y'all just voluntarily comply and enforce the law of the state like you had in your training in your 2013, 2014 legal updates. So whoever was at the bottom of making me leave needs to be charged criminally, please. I want to press charges. It is a criminal offense to do what they did. My buddy was saying, yeah, man, I think it's the anonymous mask that scared everybody. I said, oh, I think I'll just order me a clown mask then. How's that? You know, I'll ride around with a clown mask next. Just kidding with my buddy is what I said. So, but, you know, it does offer me protection for my face. I swear that's what I'm using it for. I'm not using it to commit crime. I promise. And I don't think it's much different, other than this one's cooler to wear than a DOT helmet.
Right.
So,
The DOT helmets are also certified.
yes, sir.
Of
Yes.
course.
Right,
You
right.
know that.
Well, this is certified as a construction/rescue helmet, for real, with communications built into it. And this is actual airsoft protection.
But
So-
it's not rated for, it's not tested and rated per se.
This has a CE rating.
DOT.
No, not DOT,
If
no.
a
Not
log-
DOT,
A
no.
log's
No.
on your head, yes,
Yeah.
you're good, but,
Yeah,
same thing with this
yeah.
is, you know, will that protect you?
Yeah, it keeps bugs out of my face and
I'm
out of my
talking about will
mouth
it
and out of
protect you
my eyes.
if you're hauling at 50 cc's and,
And
you know, then you
I
you
face
fall off
planted.
and you face plant.
I've got video of me face planting on YouTube. Sure do. Yep. And it saved me, it saved my face right there. So,
So,
and Forest Acres Police bandaged me up right after it. So, it's nice of them to do. All right, well, thank you.
all right, well, we'll look into it. We'll see what we can.
I would appreciate
figure
it very much. I mean, I want voluntary compliance. I don't want to have to go to court, but I do want charges pressed on whoever's responsible for kicking me out of that public event. Go this way or that way?
Same door we just came in.
This one?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Go this way.
Okay. I remember that elevator. I've been in it once.
Throw that badge back up here.
Yes, sir.
It looks like it's an AOA, so Richland County might as well going out there and got an original.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right, brother man.
Appreciate you.
Be good, be safe out there.
Yes, sir. And so you know, my e-bike, it looks kind of like a little motocross bike.
Oh, yeah?
It has like a number plate on the front. Well, instead of a number for the number plate, it's got the anonymous mask on it too. It's sitting right out here. In your handicap spot over here is where I'll park. But
Oh, okay. I see it.
yeah, it got the anonymous mask on the front of the bike too. So, and you know, I got the reflective stuff on it.
Looks like a regular motocross.
It does, it does. But it's an electric bike. It's fun. It runs 28 miles an hour. It's a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. You too. If I can be of help, call me.